What's up, folks? Today I'm talking some of the newer knives that have hit our website. Let's talk knives. All right, folks, today I am running solo, all right? The inmate's running the asylum. Kind of funny, as soon as I worked in a prison. Kurt's out working on a whole nother project. I'm gonna talk about some of the knives that have been reintroduced or that are new onto our website over the last week or two. Let's get right into it with the Subjugator. This thing here is fantastic. So you guys know we build some premium stuff. This here is a quality knife. Comes in $225 on the website, 3.5 inch, just a smidge under 3.5 inch blade, 20 CV with this drop point. Let me turn it around there. Deep carry pocket clip with just a smidge under 4.5 inches on that handle. This here is class, built with quality tools, quality products, titanium with the flipper tab. It's very fidgety with the frame lock. The frame lock's not too stiff. But let me tell you something. The lockup on this thing is solid. It's a solid chunk. You get a lot of purchase there on the frame lock on the blade. It just really, really locks up nice. Okay, moving on into another and CIVIVI product. This is the CIVIVI Altus. Folks, this is a fun one. It's got the push button lock, with the thumb stud too, so you can do it either way. It's very fidgety. This is a budget-friendly knife. Comes in at $76.50 on the website. The blade's just a smidge over 3 inches. Nitro V steel with that drop point blade. Deep carry pocket clip. Now, I want you to take a special look here. I'll tilt it a little bit so the light can catch it. These are wood scales with the stainless steel liner up in there. So this here is gonna be something, an EDC, this could be an everyday driver. Now there's different models of this, but with it being the plunge lock there, it's fidgety. This thing is very, very fidgety. And it runs on bearings as well. So when you're looking at something smooth and functional, this is definitely could be a gentleman's budget carry if that's what you're looking for. And I wanna make sure you guys understand, budget doesn't mean cheap. Budget does not mean cheap. I like to get the best bang for my buck. I like budget knives. I like expensive knives now. I didn't realize I liked a lot of expensive knives. But you know what? Budget is where it's at. Function, and if you can get a beautiful knife that functions how you want it, I mean, again, most of these on the table suit that, fit that bill quite easily. Next up is our Viper Hug. This here's a slippy. It's a slip joint, $188 on the website. 3.1 inch blade, so just a smidge over 3 inches. M390, it's got a nice flat grind with the satin finish. Now the handle, you'll notice there is no pocket clip, but the handle is just a smidge, barely a smidge over 4 inches from point to point. So this is gonna fit in your hand pretty good. It's got titanium bolsters and liner in here with this carbon fiber, excuse me, with a carbon fiber inlay here. And this thing here, it's a two-handed close and open, but it's, that half stop, so you're not cutting your fingers off. I don't know if you guys can see that, and it's just, this thing here, I'm being careful because I don't want to hurt anything, but this thing here, it's got such a strong action that I'm not worried about pushing this thing closed. So here's the thing. This thing here would work as a great gift for your dad or somebody who likes just beautiful classic. This is like a modern classic. I love it. It's a beautiful piece from Viper. They're Italy made. All right. Next up, we have the Boker Plus. Boker Plus, yeah, that's the brand. This one here, forgive me for all that is lovely in this world. Forgive me, I'm gonna butcher the name. I know I've said it wrong before. This is the Kansei Tenshi. $104, $105 on the website. just a smidge over 2.5-inch blade here with this reverse tanto. It's VG10. It's got a nice flat grind on there. Deep carry pocket clip with these brass scales here with the stainless liner and back spacer right up in here that runs on washers. The designer is Kansei Matsuno. And I know I apologize if I butchered that. I'm a redneck from Utah. But I've seen some of his work before and I love it. And this design is fabulous. This is definitely a classic carry. Something this brass is gonna do. I don't know how you guys are. I love to customize my stuff. This is gonna patina down over time. You can force patina them too, but I kind of like to just let them patina down over time because then it's got a little story to it. You can tell a little bit of story. Yeah, I've had this for a couple of years and this whole thing here is just beautiful. Again, another gentleman's carry would work great in an office setting. It's not too like in your face or aggressive. Super slicey, super dicey. It's slicey, it's dicey. Anyway, yeah, that is definitely a gentleman's carry, just a beautiful piece. All right, the SOG. I'm gonna use the finger flipper on this one. This thing here is a little bit of a chunker. This here is the SOG Pentagon XR LTE. Comes in at $210 on the website, 3.5-inch blade. It's got CTS XHP steel. I love XHP for more of a budgety friendly piece. Dagger style blade. I don't know if you can see, let me flip it around there. It's got kind of a deep carry pocket clip, but it's recessed a little bit with this wire clip. So a little bit still gonna hang out of your pocket. I'm not a huge fan of that, but I understand probably why they did it. Again, 4 3/4-inch handle here. So it's kind of a beefy thing. It fits great in my oversized short finger hand. This thing here is a workhorse. SOG does a really good job of coming up with lightweight, heavy duty kind of equipment. And the Pentagon XR is definitely a treat. I don't know if you can see it in there, Sterling. The texture on these scales could be a little rough, so if you're putting it in your pocket or taking it out, it could be a tad uncomfortable maybe. I mean, it's not gonna take your pants off or rip your pocket, but you might have to smooth that out a little bit if that's your jam. Also, something else I wanna point out, that pocket clip can be reversed. So you can flip that over to the other side for the lefties, and this is definitely an ambidextrous piece. So for the lefties out there, this might be a good little workhorse for you. All right, next, this thing here is just a work of art. There are some really cool features on this one. I will talk about those presently. Here you have the Stedemon PRKI. So with this, it's $310 on the website. There's 2 different variants of this. Blade length is 3.8 inches long, so just a smidge over the 3 3/4. It's got this beautiful Persian blade, S90V. I don't know if you folks know what S90V is, but it's an amazing steel. Satin finish, the handle length, 5 1/4 inches long, with this machine pocket clip. But if you look there, it's got a roller. Instead of a ball, it's a roller. So this thing here, I did put it in my pocket for like 2 times. I didn't want to put it in there too many times. But this thing just glides in and out. Also, it's got a lock. So if you're worried about, maybe if you're grabbing onto that and you're worried about pushing that frame lock over and cutting your finger, you can lock it in place. Is it made for heavy duty work, like out in the field with that lock? I would say no, because it's a beautiful piece. I wouldn't want to ruin it. But as far as safety goes and beauty, so it has beauty along with some safety features. I really, really enjoyed this piece. Holding it in my hand, it fits great. I was showing Kurt this the other day. Well, I think yesterday actually, and he was like, man, that's a beautiful piece. And I love the Persian. That Persian blade just I like a belly, I like slicey and dicey knives. This here with that flat grind is just gonna be perfect, I think. Again, a great carry. If you're looking for something really elegant yet kind of, that's your piece. Moving on. The next one, I followed, I don't know if you guys know who Toor Knives is. Toor Knives is an amazing American-made company started by a Marine veteran. Connor Toor is just a flat-out stud. I got to meet him at SHOT Show. I followed his work for a couple of years. Anyway, I followed his stuff. He's come out with some great fixed blades. And something else he does, real quick, before I get into the deets here, they take their products out and they try them out. I know everybody does. Seeing Connor send his stuff out with fishermen, this one here in particular, he goes out fishing, sends it out with his boys out fishing, and they're using their product, and then they come back and they critique. If you look at some of his other products, the Merchant 2.0, which is coming soon, fabulous. He reworked it. His beta version was a little bit off, and he listened to the customers. He listened to the feedback that we gave him and other folks have given him, and he created just a fabulous product. And he does that with all of his products. If there's something you don't like, comment, send us a message, send him a message, let him know. He is very open to critique and fixing a product. We're gonna have a video with him later on. Anyway, this here is the Toor Knives Avalon. I'm gonna open it up there without cutting my finger off. These are all made in-house. All of his stuff is made in-house, by the way. I did an interview with him on that Blade Show, and he talks about how he sucks at sourcing, so they just create their own stuff. It's really good. Again, this is the Toor Knives Avalon Fillet knife, $195 on the website. Overall length is 10.5 inches, so from point to point, you're looking 10.5 inches. 6-inch blade, CPM 154, with the obviously a nice flat grind here. Let me turn it around there with the stone wash. 4.5 inch handle, so you got plenty of room. G10 scale, so it's not going to get ruined when it's all mucky and gucky. Made in the US. But that blue, I love blue. And he's got the sharpening choil there. I know some folks don't like it or don't care for it. I prefer a sharpening choil. Makes it a little easier when I'm sitting down watching Tombstone and sharpening my knives and cleaning my guns. This thing here, give it a little bend test. As far as fillet knives go, I personally really like this one. Not only am I a fan of Toor knives, but with the 154 on here as the blade steel, it's going to hold an edge pretty good, and it's going to be easy to sharpen. So you can put a quick fine edge on there so you can get to filleting. Anyway, I really do like it, and as far as corrosive resistance, it's going to be pretty good as well. All right, I'm going to have a little disclaimer. All right, I grabbed the wrong one. Both of these were fairly new on the website. I'm going to show you this one. However, the one that we had a restock. These aren't brand new to the website, but we had a restock, so it shows up in our new arrivals. This is the Spyderco Sage 5, the lightweight. We have the coated blade in stock. This here is obviously not the coated one. I grabbed the wrong one. This was on my desk, and when we started shooting, I kind of messed up and didn't go grab one of the coated ones, but we're going to talk about this. $154 on the website. Blade length of 3 inches. CPM M4, so it's an M4 blade. It's very slicey, very dicey, holds an edge for days. With this spear point, flat grind, satin finish. The handle on this is just a smidge over 4 inches. So with the finger choil up there, you can get a pretty good purchase on this little tiny blade. Let me show the wire clip. My favorite part about this, the deep carry wire clip on the back. I really, really like that. With the Sage 5 lightweight, I really enjoy the lightweight. I'm a Spyderco fan. Can Spidey flick these. I was talking to Eric at SHOT Show, and he was opening with his thumb, just the traditional way. Either way is good, if that's your jam. I have a hard time sometimes spider flicking, but the compression lock on this thing is just rock solid. I really enjoy the thumb ramp with the jimping. You can really get a good purchase in there. As far as EDCs go, Spyderco is a hard one to beat. Again, this one here is currently out of stock. We get restocked on these a little bit. Go check out the coated blade. And if you want this particular one, you can go and sign up for the wish list and emails that'll come at you when they hit the website. All right, the next one's kind of a fun named one. This here is the CIVIVI Teton Tickler. Comes in at $220 on the website. Let me pop it out of there. Yeah, make sure I don't cut anybody or anything. This here's the Teton Tickler. Overall length is just a smidge over 10 inches. So you're looking just a bit over 10 inches. The blade length is just a hair under 5.5 inches. You're at 5.4 inches on the blade. The blade is D2, so it's a heavy workhorse here. With a clip point, excuse me, with a flat grind, so it's going to be slicey. Satin finish. Handle is sitting just a hair, just a smidge under 4 3/4 inches. With these G10, with the G10 handle, this thing here is comfortable. I actually haven't had a chance to get this thing out and put it through its paces yet, but I will, I guarantee it. I really like it. The sheath is pretty robust. I'm not a huge fan of the sheath. I'd probably make my own, to be honest with you. Not a giant fan, but I love the knife, the sheath. I'm just not a huge fan of it. But having said that, we in CIVIVI make an amazing product. As we've talked about before, and anybody that owns them knows you're going to get a good quality product. Again, the Teton Tickler. All right, I'm very much excited for the next one. This one here, sorry, I got something in my eye. This one here is the GiantMouse Ace Sonoma V2. So, $195 on the website. Overall length is 8 inches. So that's a little bit, I mean, it seems long, but it really isn't that big when it's folded up. Blade length is 3.5. This is L-Max steel with this cool little drop point blade. The spine is just, it's nice and smooth with some jimping out here, if you can see it there. There's some nice jimping, so if you got to choke up a little bit for some work on it, you're doing good. The handle itself is 4.5 inches. With this deep carry wire pocket clip. And it's got this a liner lock, but it's got this amazing function. If you don't know anything about GiantMouse, they build a quality product. I very much appreciate the thought that they put into their products. I mean, again, that jimping out there, if you got to get out there and you're doing some work out there, some detailed work. Beautiful piece. Just, I mean, look at that. Look at that back spacer. Just beautiful with that kind of bronze accents up here in the back spacer. Runs on bearings. Anso and Voxnays, they're just amazing designers. I follow both of them on social media, and I just love their content, not only in their products, but how they communicate and talk with their customers and their fans. I totally love them. Just great guys. Welcome to the end screen, folks. If you liked what you saw, please like, subscribe, check out our playlist, leave me a comment, click on the little bell. Let me know what you want to see and let me know what you like. We'll catch you on the next one.